welcome back to You Can Do It, mains hookup part 2. So you've seen the first one, we're back in. So we put the charger on, and we actually went camping, so I actually ended up getting in Italy and I needed to buy one of these. So I bought one of those, but remember, this is the mains cable that goes into the van. We said I need to put an RCD on there, so I ordered off a trusty RCD that's come, so that just protects us all inside, so that if there's any fault to earth or anything, we're all covered. So I'm going to put that on now, which then means whatever we connect up to the end of that means that we're covered inside the vehicle. So let's get on and do that. This particular one, it's IP54, so it's pretty waterproof, and it's 30 milliseconds, 30 milliamps trigger on it, so we should be protected on that. So it's just got the standard, like, you know, test and reset little light that comes on. So yeah, we're going to plug that in, wire that in. Now I'm tempted to also wire in a charger into here, so they're both fed in this. As soon as I plug that up to mains power, then that charger becomes live, and if I've actually got this connected up, then it will charge the battery while we're actually using stuff inside. It will also be charging it at the same time. So with that switch mechanism, I can decide whether it is going to charge or not. So I'll probably do that. So let me get on. Okay, I left a little bit of an extra length here, so I'm going to cut it off here, because I'm probably going to use that end, or I'm going to put an inline for another extension lead I'm making. I'm going to put an inline RCD, so I'm going to cut it about okay, there. Job done. I'm now going to bare those back, so I'll do all that and then I'll wire up the RCD. Okay, I've wired up the RCD. If you don't know what you're doing, get someone who does know what they're doing to do it. But that's also, I haven't actually wired up the charger into this yet. I'll do that at a later point, but that's all in there firm, so I can put the cover on, and basically we've done it. We've got to test it. I'll just test it out, and we'll see how we get on. Now I need to remove the seat and everything. I'm going to try and run the cable. Try and remember, if you remember, I was from the first video, I'm going to try and run the cable all the way down here. So the first thing to do is remove this front seat, and there's some bolts there, and same on the back. So to get to it, obviously you have to push your seat forward and things like that. But that will just take this top seat off with the frame, and then I can work out how to get that frame off. Now be careful, because there's 3 cables underneath here for airbags, yeah. So they're these little the ones under here. So you just need to unclip them. There's 3 cables you unclip, and then that sort of wiring loom is not connected to the seat, and then you can take this seat off. So let's get on and do that. Okay, seat's off. That came off fairly easy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and undo those 4. Now I know roughly how this works. I'm going to have to undo this one to take this sort of panel of electronics off, just so I can get to the bolt under there, and then I'll probably have to undo those 2 to take this off, and then I can take this whole unit off. So I sort of split the seat into 2 just so I know I didn't bugger any cables up under here. So let me get on and do that. So I'll undo that, undo those 2, and undo these 4 bolts, and I can take this whole frame out. Okay, this is really interesting. So this is obviously easy to actually add in additional fuses and stuff like that if you need to put it in here. If you actually look here, there's a huge mains cable that comes in here, and it doesn't go. That's a different one. It doesn't go into here. So by the looks of it, it goes round here and then comes up into here, and this is then just cut off here. So I reckon that's probably a standard wiring loom which they've put in for all of them, but actually this is what they'll put in for the more advanced features in the multivan and caravels and stuff like that. So they just use the same wiring loom. So that is, if anyone knows more about that, let me know. But that means you've got a mains feed from that battery comes down into here. So in other words, if you need to put a split battery system in, put another battery in here, I reckon you've already got a feed from your main battery to here. So that will save a lot of hassle. Anyway, that's a secondary thing, so let me just get on and whip this. I'll take these bolts off. I can get to that bolt down there now, so I'll just take that frame out. And while we're here, you've got loads of space if you want to fit a battery, because look, you've got 340, you've actually got 350 easy. And then if you just did it, if you say it's a 17 deep, it takes you to about there. So you've got loads of space for an additional battery in there. Should we be doing that? But I'm not doing that at this stage. So let's get on. How to remove VW T5 handbrake cover. Okay, I mean, you can spend ages messing around here, but what we've actually got here is a little clip there. You put a screwdriver underneath the clip and lever the clip out that way, yeah? So literally, you put that there, you put a screwdriver under here. I just used that one there. You put a screwdriver under there, get hold of that clip and then lever it that way, and then literally that slides off. Then this one here, what I had to do here, this was actually clipped in as well. I put a screwdriver down here, pop that up, and that comes then off. And if you can see there, look, it's got two little things here which clip down onto those two there. That's why you just got to like pop them out like that. Yeah, so that's how you get rid of the pesky handbrake cover. So I'm just going to undo these bolts here so the handbrake comes off and I can then take this frame off. Okay, handbrake literally comes up and off to one side. Be careful, you've got a little bit of a cable here, and now hopefully the whole frame can come off, which I do need two hands. So okay, that's all right. Gives us a good chance to give this a good hoover up, which I'm going to do. But look, I've just seen here, look, there's already nice little earth thing there which is not being used, but that's obviously an earth strap for if you've got a battery in there or anything. So actually it's all set up in these multivans. I don't know how it is on the Transporter, but that's all set up. So I've actually got a mains feed all the way, 12 volt mains line here, all the way from the battery, already installed in. So makes actually fitting a split battery very easy. But obviously I'm putting in this mains feed, and all I'm actually trying to do is run this cable underneath the carpet and pop out there, and I can have all my electronics and stuff under the driver's seat. Okay guys, where do we run the cable? Right, so I've ripped all this up, look, and actually all these cables here come up here under here and up along here. So if you were taking the whole floor out, you can quite nicely run the cable up there and then sort of run it up there and along the top. But I've already sort of come down here, and I've actually not got that much long enough bit of cable that will go all the way down that way. So I've just run it down there, and then where this joins the padded carpet, the soundproof carpet, it's sort of well, you see here, look, you've got that recess there. So I'm running the cable in that recess there. So it's underneath here, underneath the carpet, just underneath there. So I'm just running it along there, and then I found here, which is really handy, look, I've got these little channels already here, so that will run the cable down through there. So I've just got a case of pulling that through. I'm going to pop this one up here, and then I'm going to feed this here along there, and then that will come into there nicely, and it's all protected and everything. So let me get on and do that. Okay, look, that's popped off. That's popped up, so we can just feed that in there, look, and then that fits in there nice and neat, and then I can pop that back in. But let me do that with two hands. So look, that's all in there nice and neat and protected, and it runs under here. So I'm going to put that carpet back in, and then feed the cable there back out through that hole. Okay, guys, just to recap then, so it comes in through that hole in the bulkhead, it runs down that side there, it then runs along here, then through the already special protective like sort of gully that goes in through there, and then it comes out there. So I haven't actually even had to undo this makeshift thing. In the long term I'm going to actually have something like that that bolts a proper switch panel or whatever on the back of that seat holder, but this is just a sort of temporary thing to get us. We're going camping this weekend to Italy, so let's see how we get on there. So I've got a little Wago connector box which I'll put around there in a second, but this is all now ready to put together. So let's put the frame back on. Okay, we've put the handbrake back on, we've put all the electric screw those all back up and things. But I've just dropped in there I've put a new battery on in the van, and I've just dropped in the old one there just to see. So that's the 315 width, 17 by 19 millimeters high, 19 centimeters high. So you could actually probably get the next one in as well, the There's enough, not quite. Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'd stick with a 315 battery, but you can get like a 110 amp hour battery that's 315 by 18. I think there's one by 17 as well, which would be even 2 centimeters shorter. But these are going to be okay because they don't come. I don't think they come anywhere near the seat. But I'll put the seat on now, and we'll just see roughly how much. But that shows you there's loads of space there. So at some other point, I'm going to put a battery in here and just wire up this split relay in here. And I believe I'm going to take this. I think the power I can take from that big cable, which I think ends here somewhere. But I need to do a bit of investigation on that first, because I don't particularly want to run another cable through from the battery in the bulkhead unless I need to. So yeah, so I'm just going to put the seat on, but we're doing it. So look, with the seat back on, there's plenty of space there underneath. So that's sort of another project. But anyway, we've done it. We've got mains feeds into the car, all nice and safe. You can do it. If you like the channel, give me some comments, give me some feedback, or ask some questions.